Hey, what's going on, my friends? So, today we are going to dive into how to stay consistent in losing weight, even when you're feeling tired and you just don't feel like doing it. There are days whereby you just you are just not at your best self, and so how do we go about those days, right? So, if you are here with me live, just drop live in the comment, or if you're here catching the replay, just drop a replay so that I know this trainings has reached you. Okay. So if you are trying to lose weight, you want to get fit, you start to do your exercise, you start to eat healthier. But when life gets in the way, it becomes challenging, right? Because we all know that fitness is something, fitness is easy when life is smooth, but that does not happen all the time, or if it even happens at all, right? And because of that you struggle to stay consistent and you find yourself in the cycle of starting and stopping over and over again. And because of that, it's what we call inconsistency, right? You are not losing weight, and subsequently because of that you lose your motivation and you just don't do anything. And month after month, year after year, you try doing all the different things. Maybe you go on different diet, different workout programs, but none of them seems to stick to you for a long time. And if that's your biggest challenge, and I understand, it's frustrating because you're just putting so much work, but you're not getting the results that you want. But first, if that's you, right, I want to congratulate you, for even trying because most people don't even try. So well done, right? And what you're facing, right, is something that is common, right? That I see with, even with many of my clients, as many of them are also working professionals, they are dads with kids at home. So experiencing all these high workload, high stress, they work long hours, and when they are back home, they need to be with the family. So there are just so many things that are going on, right? And it's easy to put your fitness aside. So before we get into the details on how should we go about this, right? I'm just curious to know if that's something that you can relate to or you're experiencing right now. Like you find it challenging to stay consistent in your weight loss journey, or maybe you are someone who is busy, you're having high workload and many other things to that you need to manage on top of that. If that's you, just type me in the comments. All right. And today I'm going to show you how to get through this and what you can do to help you to lose weight, just like how I've helped many of my clients. Okay. So here's the thing, right? Fitness is easy when life is smooth. Like you have all the time in the world. You can do your workouts, you can prep your meals, eat your veggies, eat your protein, get 8 hours of sleep, and so on. The thing is, most people fall off the wagon or blow their diet, they ditch their fitness routine when life is chaotic, when they have to deal with the high work stress or certain life events that requires more of your time, right? Maybe you are a new dad that just have a baby, right? And when that happens, what's the one thing that I would teach is to learn the habit of just do something. Okay. So I want you to think about it in this way, right? Imagine you are driving a car and that car is currently running low on fuel. But unfortunately, you only have enough cash to fill up a quarter of the fuel tank. It's not even half, just a quarter. Okay. So there are typically two things that you can do. The first thing is, the first option is, would you choose to do nothing? and you continue to keep it low just because you couldn't fill a full tank, and you continue to drive until you run out of fuel, and you know somehow you get stuck in the middle of nowhere? Or would you fill up whatever you can just with the cash that you have on hand, and which the point is to allow you just to keep driving, and as you drive you continue to figure out the next steps. Maybe you can drop by a bank, maybe you can find a friend to borrow some cash. So in that situation, right, let me know in the comments, like, which option would you go for, the first or second? The first one is you choose to do nothing, you continue to allow the fuel tank to run low, and you keep driving until you run out of fuel. Or the second option, um, you will just fill up whatever you can with whatever cash you have on hand. Which option would you go for, first or second? You would likely go for the second option, right? But unfortunately, what happens in fitness is many people would choose to go for the first. Like they would choose to do nothing just because on that day they can't give their 100% or do it to perfection. And ultimately, that is what we mean by inaction, right? You don't take action. Because of inaction, it leads to no progress. It's just like a car that you just continue to you choose not to fill up your fuel tank. You drive until you run out of fuel, and you are stuck in the middle of nowhere, and you can't get to your destination. So there are 3 points I want to make here. Okay, first of all is yeah, this whole idea is we want to get in the habit of just do something, and there are 3 points I want to make here. The first point is consistency over perfection. Okay, because getting in the habit of doing something, of just doing something, right? It can be anything, right? It does not always mean your A game. You won't have perfect conditions or be at your 100% all the time. Sometimes you are just at your 25%. You are just at your 50%. And if you are at your 50% and you give your 50%, guess what? You are already giving your best. And that is good enough. Okay. And when you do that, right, when you just take any small or tiny action, right, what you're actually doing is you keep the momentum going forward and you not fall backwards. And that's the whole point. Because consistency compounds. Okay. And that is key. Making progress is about compounding all your actions, regardless if they are big or small, over a long period of time. Okay. And that is a very important key to your weight loss success. Okay. So, first point, consistency over perfection. The second point is take a small action, because doing something is better than nothing. So what this means is the whole idea of doing something, no matter how small, is always better than doing nothing at all. And I want to say that there is value in taking small steps or making gradual improvements, because this is what is going to lead to significant progress in the long run. You know, it helps you to get it helps you to get in the habit of taking actions, of doing stuff, right? Rather than waiting for perfect conditions. Because the truth is, in life, how often we actually have, our stars that, how often we have times when the stars are all aligned. Not very often, right? So that is why we just have to learn to do something despite, despite when the conditions are not on our side. Okay. So you want to do what you can with what you have, no matter big or small. Focus on the things that are within your control. So for example, if you can't do an hour workout, you can always do 30 minutes or for 15 minutes. If you're too tired for a workout, you can always go for a walk. Or even if you're not working out, right, you can always focus on your nutrition. You can always eat better. And the point I want to make is like, have this mindset that, there's always something that you can do. Okay. And something is always better than nothing. All right. So that's my second point. Mm. The final point I want to make is focus on the activities, not outcome. So there's a saying that goes, I mean, I really love this quote for myself. The man who loves walking will walk further than the man who loves the destination. And what this means is when you focus on the journey, you focus on the process, the outcome or the result that you want will take care of itself. So if your goal is to lose weight, you don't focus on how much weight you are losing. But every day your focus is on the activities that make you lose weight. So for example, eating the right food portions, working out 2 to 3 times per week, eat enough protein and vegetables. So you cannot control like how much weight or how fast you lose weight, right? But you have full control in the activities that you take. Okay. Even though when you are not seeing yourself, even though you are not seeing the results that you want, even though you are not losing weight yet, okay, continue to do the activities. The goal is to make the daily activities the goal, not the outcome the goal, because these activities are within your control. How much weight you lose, how fast weight you lose is out of your control, right? And if you have if you did the required activities, you are already a success because that means you are actually one step closer to your goals. Okay. And what most of you need right now is something that is, I call it, good enough. And the biggest enemy of good enough is what? Perfect. All right. Because the truth is, a good enough plan that you can execute consistently in the long run always beats a perfect plan that you can't even execute. And good enough is enough to progress. So if you are someone who is not able to do 5 workouts per week, you don't have to. You know, it's better to do 1 to 2 workouts that stick with a plan that you can be consistent with. Okay, design a workout routine that you can be consistent with, and that is something that I always remind my clients, regardless if you need to lose 5, 10, 20, or or more. Okay, these same principles apply, and it's very important. All right. So just to recap, how to lose weight when you're feeling tired or you're just not, at times when you're just not feel like doing anything, right? So the answer is get in the habit of just do something. And there are 3 points to that. The first one is consistency over perfection. The second one, take a small action because doing something is better than nothing. And the third one, focus on the activities and not the outcomes. All right. And this week I've also created a cheat sheet, okay, a nutrition weight loss cheat sheet, which shows a nutrition cheat sheet just to show you some of the quick and sustainable ways. Yeah, they are very quick and simple steps that you can take to help you to lose weight, without going on restrictive diets or cutting out foods that you love. Okay, so it's just a very simple guide here that shows you what you can do, some of the steps that you can take. Okay, and if you like a copy of this, just just drop in the comment the word cheat sheet and I'll send it over to you. Okay. Right. So just drop in the comment if you like to have that cheat sheet. And if you want to have a more personalized weight loss plan, we can create something that is sustainable around your life. You got to make something that is more realistic for you. If you want something like that, just type the word plan in the comments or just send me a message with the word plan and let's have a chat about your goals, your challenges, and how I can possibly help you on that. I want to make sure that I can help you to make sure that you are implementing or doing the right things, like learning to eat right according to your goals and needs, doing the right workouts, okay? Create the right habits and mindset to ensure that you can sustain your results, right? To ensure that you can have a healthy lifestyle in the long run. So if you like to have a personalized plan, just send me a private message with the word plan and I'll get in touch with you. All right. So that's what I got for you today. Hope you found values from today's training. And if you do, just comment value below. And as always, stay healthy, happy, and have an amazing day ahead.